Morning, everybody.
Morning.
The video yesterday was late because we were over at Micks, and I put a little video of a visit to Micks because every time I go over to Micks, I see these paintings or drawings or photographs on his wall, they've been there for years, and I look at them every time I go. They're quite interesting, so I made a little film of them. Interesting things he has on his wall in his house. You're in there, right? Okay. Yeah, I was thinking that for new subscribers, people who have joined the channel recently, I don't know if you've gone down and looked at all the videos. There's 200 or so videos on the channel. Put one up every day for the last over a year now. And I just wanted to explain why you keep seeing us here like this. Just in case you don't know the situation. And this is our daughter's house, and we have a room in it. It's in Leeds, and we come back here every month for Pat's tablets. She's on a standard thing from the doctors. But since we've sold our house and everything, and since we did that, we've had COVID lockdowns and lots of disruption to our intended way of life as a result of the COVID thing, and also the spin-off from that, which has caused so many people to buy caravans and motorhomes and deciding to go camping in England, because we never go abroad. So it has had quite an impact on our way of life. So you tend to see us, we have been here quite a lot because of all that. Added to that, Tracy is currently not well and waiting to have an operation, and we've been here a bit longer for those reasons as well. But also at the moment we're here because of the gales, the weather this week and the school holidays, and so
very windy out there today.
It is very windy. It's been windy all night. We've heard hailstones on the window during the night. I know we're called VANLIFE and MotorhomeUK.
Kitchen life at the moment.
Yeah, and I know I do. It is very. We're very fortunate to have this base.
Yeah.
I don't know how we'd have coped in the situation that's arisen since we sold up if we didn't have this base here.
Yeah.
So we are thankful for this, although it has tended to dilute, for me it has anyway, to dilute the idea in my head of how we were going to live. I expected to be spending 99% of us time in the van, I mean, our last trip out, when we went up to Richmond, I found it difficult to move from there because of the gas, the difficulty in getting gas, and Many Happy Days, that channel, those two young uns travelling around living in their van have found that, how difficult it is to get bottled gas at the moment.
Yeah.
You just can't get it anywhere. So all these things have sort of taken the edge off of van life for me and for Pat. Not that we're not living in, you know, we've sold up, we've burnt as bridges behind us, so but we do have this place as a base.
Yeah.
So that's why you're constantly seeing us at the moment here in this kitchen. But ours is more of a chatting channel than a travel channel. There's lots of channels, you know, and lovely they are, that go touring round and show you all these lovely places and that. We're more of a chat, just a friendly chat. A retired couple who have done that, have embarked upon this journey, and this is where we find ourselves at this time.
We've done a lot of travelling, haven't we?
We have. I've only been doing YouTube for just over a year.
Before that.
But prior to that, we've been everywhere in this country.
Although we're still finding
things
that
and other people go to places that I have never heard of, so there's still places we've never been, but we do.
I mean, when we were out at Richmond last time, we walked round edge of that castle, and how many times have we been to Richmond and not seen that? Didn't know it were there.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's just, if you don't explore the whole place, which you don't usually have that much time to do you?
No.
If you're in a car park or what have you.
We had time to explore Richmond better than we've ever had before.
Yeah.
Because we stayed 10 days, I think, on that site, and I found a place where we could guarantee to get gas, and considering the weather was so cold and gas bottles were only lasting 5 days, it was essential to have that.
Yeah.
But it meant that we saw parts of Richmond we'd never even seen before.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we did see places we'd seen before, but we did it from a different direction, didn't we? Which were quite nice. Yeah. And Nigel, I want to thank you for the offer that you've made me on that drawing, and I have responded to that. And hope you understand what I'm saying about that. Greatly appreciate that. Definitely.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. So. All right with time, are you?
I think.
Yeah.
9.
Bit more.
Okay, I've got a little story. Going back to when we had the caravan. It were at the time when we used to come up every other Saturday and spend the day with my mum in Tadcaster. That's where my mum lived, and we did that for 18 years.
After your dad died, didn't you?
After my dad died, yeah. And sometimes we brought the caravan with us and we parked it on a little CL at a little place called Wigghill, which we used to call Windy Wigghill, because it was always windy when we went. Just on the edge of Tadcaster, was Wigghill. And so it was really handy.
Still, you couldn't have walked it, you had to drive, didn't you?
Yeah.
You couldn't have walked.
But we on one of these occasions when we were there with the caravan, there was a long lane, country lane, that went down from the site, and Pat and I decided to have a walk down this lane one day. Talking about coincidence, if there is such a thing.
Yeah.
Because walking down this lane, we come across a gate leading into a field. And on this gate there was a sign, and it was the Tadcaster Model Aeroplane Club. And I thought, no, what it somewhere else, not Tadcaster Model Aeroplane Club.
I don't think it was Tadcaster.
It was somewhere else, but they had it there, a field there. I think that's what it was. We were quite intrigued by it.
Yeah.
And while we were stood there reading this sign, a car turned up. And this gentleman got out of the car and opened his boot. And there were model aeroplanes in the back. And he unlocked the gate, and I said to him, are you going to fly these planes? And he says, hopefully. I asked him if he minded if we watched. He said he didn't, and we give him an hand to carry all his stuff into this field, and we watched him, set them up and everything, and we got talking to him. And it turned out I knew who this man was. But not as an old man. I didn't recognise him, and he didn't recognise me, because he was retired gentleman, elderly gentleman. But I'd have to go way back when I was a kid, and my father worked at a laundry. He was the manager of a laundry in Leeds called the Hygienic Laundry in Leeds, and he'd worked there for many years. And when I were a kid, he was a van man there going around collecting laundry, and on a Saturday morning I used to go with him in the van. And I was often down at the laundry with my dad, and it was an institution, was this laundry, an incredible place. The people who worked at the laundry had worked there for years. And they had a fleet of 40 vans, and they had their own mechanics and garage there for maintaining and servicing the vans. And it turned out that this chap was, I can't remember his name now, but...
he was the head mechanics under second in command.
He was. I know that the head mechanic was called Leonard Hutchinson, and this chap was his assistant, his mate, and they were really good mechanics. And
I think he worked there till he retired, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Yeah. He did. He worked there for donkey's years until he retired, and I told him that as a young kid I used to watch him. I mean, I remember one day they were tuning 2 SU carbs on a vehicle by ear, tuning twin carbs on a vehicle by ear. I was quite intrigued by that, and they got them spot on. And of course, when we got chatting, all this came out, and he remembered me as a kid coming, and I remembered him, and of course he knew me dad. Not that
he liked him.
He didn't like me dad. No, he didn't. Yeah, but that was quite strange to have met up with somebody just like that,
Yeah, out in Midland.
Yeah. And he travelled that day from Leeds to fly.
Still lived in back-to-back.
Little back-to-back in Leeds, he did, yeah. Yeah.
His wife were at home, wasn't
Yeah, yeah. So that's one little story. So there's a little video coming up that I did at Micks. Have you got anything to add, darling?
No.
To this conversation?
No.
It was Pat that reminded me of this story.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
We were talking at Micks and I don't know, I think you mentioned laundry, didn't you? Because you were talking about another story that...
Right.
And I suddenly just remembered Wigghill.
Yeah. Right.
I couldn't remember the name of it. I called it Windy
Wigghill.
Windy Summer.
Yeah. Okay.
It was a nice sight, wasn't it? And
it was all grass.
Opposite a pub.
Yeah, there were we had a meal in that pub.
Yeah, we had
a nice
pub. And it was a farm.
Yeah, working farm.
And also they had a field where they were building log cabins.
Yeah, there were.
These log cabins round. Apparently the fishermen used to fish in that lake and they'd moved them. The caravans used to be round that side, and she'd moved them to the field where we were so they could build these log cabins.
Right. I bet you won't recognise it now if you
No,
went
I don't think you would.
Yeah.
We went there and there were all these people from a club thing, weren't there? They
rally?
They were having a rally.
It was a CS, not a CL.
Yeah.
It was affiliated to the Camping and Caravan Club, not the Caravan and Motorhome Club.
Yeah, it was a grass field, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So,
okay.
Nice field, apart from it seemed to be always windy when we went, didn't it?
It was, yeah.
I mean, we went with caravan, didn't we? We didn't have camper then.
No, we didn't have a camper then. Yeah.
Anyway, we'll keep digging them up. It's like finding a little hole and
I know.
Opening it
They're
up.
all down there, all in there
Opening
somewhere.
it up somewhere,
Yeah.
We thought of a couple of others, didn't we? Well,
Yeah.
there, so you'll get another one maybe tomorrow.
Tomorrow maybe, yeah. Okay. All right. Bye everybody.
Bye.
Bye. By a German woman.
Yeah, and that's...
I know you can see the lamp in the background, which is a bit awkward.
Yeah.
If you can see. Interesting. So is that a photograph of someone in a placard in a Russian city?
No, in Germany.
In Germany?
It's a...
What?
That was where the Russians had the line, between the north and the south in Germany, Berlin, where it was split.
Checkpoint Charlie?
Yeah, Checkpoint Charlie. That's exactly Checkpoint Charlie, that there.
Ah, okay. Thank you. And what's that?
That's the same. That was where the wall, that was part of the wall that
Wow.
was left up. They didn't demolish it, but people did really nice paintings on it,
Yeah. That graffiti might not have been there then. An interesting picture.
Yeah, Micks collection.
Well, which artist is that?
Yeah.
Do you know?
No. Oh.
There we are. Signed as well. Alan Davey.
All right.
Scottish artist.
Alan Davey, a Scottish artist.
Well, famous he is. He's very famous.
Is he?
Artist. Oh, yeah.
Oh, that shows you how ignorant I am. And this one. This Dudley.
Doug
Binder.
Doug Binder, yeah.
Brilliant, that. I love that. That's always been my favourite. Fantastic. I like this girl.
The ballerina.
The ballerina.
Now that's Dudley. He was Doug's mate,
Oh, is it?
Dudley Edwards.
Yeah.
We were all at college at
Yeah. But who is the girl?
She's a ballerina from Northern Ballet.
Wow. And who took the photo?
Dudley.
Dudley took it.
Yeah.
Oh. You can't really see it for all the reflection in the glass. It's a postbox in the night by a light.